She had only 200 rupees in her pocket, no job, and no family left, yet when Anya saw the drunk man lying next to the garbage bins behind her slum alley, she didn't walk past him. She could have. She should have. But she didn't. That man, reeking of alcohol and dressed in dirt-covered designer clothes, would change her life in ways she could never have imagined. Anya was a 23-year-old orphan living in the heart of Mumbai's underbelly, a tangled maze of tin roofs, narrow lanes, and broken dreams. She had grown up in the slums after her parents died in a bus accident when she was just 8. With no relatives to take her in, she learned to survive by selling vegetables, washing clothes, and even tutoring younger slum kids when she had the chance. She wasn't educated past 10th grade, but she was sharp, kind, and determined. She dreamed of a better life, one where she could start a small cafe or library for the children in her area. Every evening she wrote her goals in a torn notebook, even if she didn't know how they'd come true. It was late November, cold and rainy, and Anya was returning from a rejected job interview at a local textile factory. Her worn sandals squished in the muddy path. That's when she saw him, a man lying unconscious near the garbage bins behind a 5-star hotel. His white shirt was stained, his expensive watch broken, and his face hidden under greasy hair. People walked past him without a glance. Some even muttered curses. But something made Anya stop. She leaned closer. The man groaned. His lips were cracked. He was breathing. "Are you okay?" she asked softly, shaking his shoulder. No response. She could have left. But instead, she flagged down a rickshaw, used her last 200 rupees, and took the unconscious man home. Her neighbors called her crazy. "You brought a drunk rich man into our slum? Are you mad, Anya?" But she didn't care. She cleaned his wounds, gave him water, and placed a borrowed blanket over him. He slept for 2 days straight. On the 3rd day, he woke up. Where am I?" he asked hoarsely. "You're safe," Anya said, handing him warm lemon water. "I found you near the garbage." He blinked at her, confused. "You helped me?" She nodded. The man looked around, rusty walls, a flickering bulb, and a torn curtain used as a door. He stared at the girl in front of him, dressed in a faded salwar kameez, her eyes full of quiet strength. "My name is Raghav," he said. "Raghav Malhotra." Anya froze. She knew that name. Everyone did. Raghav Malhotra, the youngest millionaire CEO in India. Founder of Zenbyte Technologies. Worth over 800 crores. "You're that Raghav?" she stammered. He nodded weakly, his face clouded. "Or at least I used to be." Over the next few days, as Raghav recovered, the story unfolded. His business had been under attack from all sides. Investors pulled out. His COO betrayed him, embezzled funds, and blamed him. The media turned against him. Overnight, he was labeled a fraud, and his empire collapsed. His fiancée left him. He lost everything: reputation, money, hope. "I didn't care anymore," he admitted one night, staring at the slum's dim stars. "I drank until I passed out." "But why here?" Anya asked. "Maybe I didn't want to be found." She didn't pity him. She listened. She spoke honestly. And slowly, she helped Raghav do something he hadn't done in months: believe in himself again. Weeks passed. Raghav stayed in Anya's home, helping her with chores, reading to kids in the slum, fixing broken wires. His suit was gone, but for the first time, he felt human. He also saw how Anya lived, on little food, less money, and endless kindness. She taught children, shared her food, and smiled every day. "You live with nothing," he said one evening, "and yet you have more peace than I ever did." She laughed. "Peace doesn't come from what you have. It comes from what you give." That night, Raghav made a decision. One morning, without telling anyone, he left. No goodbye. No note. Anya was heartbroken. She didn't even know if he was alive. Months passed. Life returned to normal. She got a small job at a roadside bookstall. She moved on. Or at least she tried. Then, 1 year later, a black SUV pulled up in the slum. Men in suits stepped out. Then came Raghav, clean-shaven, dressed in a crisp gray suit, but with the same warm eyes. Anya stared at him, speechless. He smiled. I owe you everything. He explained that he had gone to rehab, restarted his life, and quietly rebuilt his reputation. He didn't return to Zenbite. Instead, he started a new company, one focused on education and digital access for underprivileged youth. And he named it Anya Foundation. But that's not all, he added, handing her a letter. It was a full scholarship for her. To study business and entrepreneurship. A place to live. And an offer, she would be the co-founder and director of the foundation. Anya's eyes welled with tears. Why me? Because when the world left me in the garbage, Raghav said, you saw a man. Not a failure. Not a drunk. Just a man. You didn't save a CEO. You saved a human being. Final scene, inspiring ending. Today, Anya stands at the head of Anya Foundation, a global nonprofit helping thousands of kids every year. She runs community libraries, coding schools, and leadership programs. Raghav works beside her, no longer just a CEO, but a friend and mentor. They often tell their story at seminars and schools. And they always end with the same message. Never measure a person by what they've lost. Sometimes, the ones who fall hardest rise the highest, if someone just believes in them.